discussion. I know no one has enough time ever. So today we are going to talk about reinventing your time. You can't get any more time. I mean, time is finite, but we're going to talk about reinventing your time so you feel like you have more. I'm Kelly L with Live Into Life, and this is the Jewel of the Week. So let's talk about reinventing your time. I believe in working smarter, not harder, right? And there's a lot of people out there that will give you different tips and tricks on how to multitask, but we're not talking about multitasking today. What we're talking about is conscious focus on a task that you need to complete and being able to create this additional time during your week to be able to complete those tasks. So I want to give you a few tips and tricks or jewels that I like to use, and I use them on a weekly basis in order to free up a little bit of my time so I can make sure that I'm focusing on the things that are really important to me and to me personally, but also to my family and to my friends and to any projects or events that I have coming up, to make sure that I'm prepared for all of those. So the first thing we're going to talk about is cleaning your house. Okay, raise your hand if you clean your house. I don't clean my house. I'm not sure why I'm raising my hand. I'm just prompting you. But I don't clean my house. I don't clean any part of my house. No toilets, no kitchen, no nothing. You know why I don't do it? Because my focus and my energy and my creativity is best served elsewhere. I can make more money, I can be more productive, I can help more people if I'm actually focused on my talents and not focused on things that I can actually outsource to other people. So I have a cleaner. Okay, so let's say that you work 9 to 5, for example, right? You have a couple of kids, a husband. When you come home from work, you don't want to clean. No one wants to clean, right? And, on the weekends, you don't want to be spending your time cleaning your house. I mean, you want to be spending your time with your family and focusing on your goals and relaxing and preparing for the following week, right? So let's say that you chose instead to hire a housekeeper. 2 hours, let's say it's $70 for those 2 hours. If you could then take that 2 hours and focus that on your dream life, let's say that you want to become a photographer, all right? You love photography, you want to become a photographer. What if you could take that 2 hours and spend it taking photography classes? Because eventually those photography classes will lead to you being able to bring in additional income that will completely take care of any housekeeper or any other persons that you delegate to. Or let's say that you are training to run a marathon and it's something that is really important to you. How amazing would it be if you could take those 2 hours and simply focus on running and go for a long run during those 2 hours so that you can feel that you're pushing and you're progressing towards your goal. You may be sitting there saying, I don't have $70 to pay for a housekeeper. That's not the way to think about this. The way to think about this is time is finite and money is infinite. You don't have 2 hours a week, 8 hours a month. You don't have 96 hours a year to waste cleaning your house. Do you know that you can write an entire book in 100 hours? You could literally write your own book in the time it takes for you to clean your house. Think about that. Second little point that I'd like to make, or second little jewel that I have, is also about outsourcing. But do you know that you can get a virtual assistant for $6 an hour? $6 an hour. You don't have to pay them 40 hours a week. You can pay them $6 an hour and they can take care of any, travel arrangement or spreadsheet you need to complete or invitations that you need to create for your kid's birthday party or the RSVPs from those invitations. Or quite honestly, they can draft a paper for you if you're in school. They can do things that are so amazing that will save you so much time, and it's only $6 an hour. I mean, how amazing would it be if you had your own assistant for 10 hours a week? $60 a week. Wouldn't that be amazing? How much could you actually delegate to that person of like things that you would never want to do? I mean, let's say, here's an idea, right? It might be a little crazy, but I'm a little crazy. Here's an idea. What if you work in an office and one of your jobs is to complete these spreadsheets? And I'm not talking about like confidential information, but one of your jobs is just to complete these spreadsheets over and over. What if you could outsource that? I mean, how amazing would that be? What if you could outsource that at 5 p.m. and then when you wake up in the morning, it was completed at 9 a.m.? I mean, you would be a hero to your boss, you would be a hero to everyone around you, and you wouldn't even have to worry about it because you weren't doing it yourself. All you were doing is checking it. You see? I mean, if you make $500 a week, let's say, $500, $1,000 a week, and you took 60 of that, $60, and you paid your own assistant, your life would dramatically change. And then you would realize you have more time to do what you want to do, and then you'd probably step that up so you had an assistant for 20 hours a week. Why? Because you'd be making more money and you'd be progressing quickly and quickly? Whatever. You'd be progressing towards your goals, right? Okay, so that was number 2. Another fun little thing that I like to do is share care. What is share care? No, it is not Care Bears from when I was a kid, showing my age. It is a group of women, a group of mums, let's say 4, right, that take turns watching each other's kids. How amazing is that? Right? So let's say that you did the share care program and you found 3 of your friends that have kids, and every single Saturday you would take turns watching each other's kids, which means that you would get 1 free Saturday every single month where you could focus on your goals. Imagine having 8 hours to yourself on a Saturday. I mean, how amazing would that be? And it doesn't have to be 8 hours, because I guess in the reverse, when you're taking care of the kids, you don't really want to have like 9 or 10 kids that you're running around with, right, for 3 Saturdays in a row. I have 1 kid, so the max that is ever in the share care program is actually 4, 1 kid for each adult, and there's 3 adults with those 4 kids at any one time. But think about how much time you could actually reinvent if you were able to have 8 hours every single month to yourself to work on your goals. So try share care. I may need to patent that. Not patent. I may need to trademark that. Share care. Very cool. The last thing I want to talk about is delegating, right? Like really delegating. Like if you were to write a list right now and be like, what is the shit I hate to do, right? Like, why don't we write like a shit list? Like, here's all the shit that I hate to do and I don't want to do it, so who can I delegate it to? That, if you could literally remove all of that stuff that's taking up your mental energy and your creativity, and then actually fill your mind and fuel your mind with creativeness and fun and joy, because that's the point of life, right? Like, life is not about, losing weight and completing to-do lists, okay? Life is about being joyful and enjoying your life and being happy. That's the point. That's why we're here. There's no bigger reason. It's the biggest reason to be joyful. So what I would suggest, and I've done it before, and I'll probably do it every 4 months, okay? I'll sit and I'll write my shit list, which is the things that I'm doing that I don't want to do, the issues that need to be resolved, that I need to resolve, and I'll just start tackling them. And I'll either tackle them myself or I'll delegate them to somebody else immediately, a virtual assistant, a housekeeper, my husband, well, not my husband. But actually I have a really good friend who's got a great husband that I delegate to. But I delegate to someone, okay? So that I can remove that from myself and from my shoulders, and I can focus on what is truly, truly important to me, which are my goals, my progress, my family, my friends, and the life that I've always dreamed of, and the life that I continue to work towards. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't already, check out our Instagram, Live Into Life, and my podcast, Killing It with Kaliel. Until we speak again, live your life, live into life, and be blessed. Mwah.